The stadium was alive. Roaring fans, flashing lights, the sharp crack of a bat-meeting ball. But for me, it was just another night at work. At 10 years old, I was the kid who ran after foul balls and disappeared into the background. I didn't mind. I liked the quiet corners. That's where I could watch him. Liam Carter. Number 27. The golden star of the league. Strong, fast, untouchable. Everyone cheered for him. Everyone wanted to be him. But I didn't want to be him. I just wanted to talk to him, for a moment, a word, maybe a smile. Sometimes, I wondered if he even knew I existed. I gripped the ball in my hand and whispered, just loud enough for the wind to carry it away. I wish I could meet my dad. Just once. And I stared at Liam Carter as he walked off, the field, shining under the stadium lights like some kind of superhero. He didn't look back. He never did. But maybe, just maybe, if he knew the truth, he would. My name's Ethan. I'm 10 years old, and if you ask me what I love most in the world, I'll say two things. Baseball and my mom. She's everything to me. Her name's Sophia. She works double shifts at the hospital, always on her feet, always tired, but she never complains. She still smiles when she packs my lunch and somehow remembers every game I have, even when she hasn't slept all night. She's the strongest person I know, but there's one thing she never talks about. My dad. Anytime I ask, she just says, "Some people are better left in the past." Then she changes the subject, to school, homework, or what's for dinner. I stopped asking a while ago, but that doesn't mean I stopped wondering. Every time I watch Liam Carter on the field, the way he moves, the way the crowd roars when he hits, I feel something stir inside me. It's not just admiration. It's connection. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way he stares into the stands like he's searching for someone, or the way he never smiles when the cameras are off. There's a sadness behind his eyes. A shadow. Like he's missing something too. They say he used to be different, happier, that he had a shot at a perfect life once, but walked away from it all. No one really knows why, but I have a feeling. My mom does. And that's the thing about secrets. They don't stay buried forever. Not when they live in the spaces between words. In the quiet moments when someone's voice cracks just a little, or when they stare too long at a photo they pretend not to see. There's a hole in my life shaped like a father I've never met, but I believe, somehow, that the person who could fill it is closer than I think. It happened on a Thursday evening, one of those golden late summer games when the air feels thick with magic and missed chances. I was standing near the bullpen, waiting to retrieve a ball that had rolled too far into the dugout area, when I heard a sharp sound, like someone stumbling. Then a groan. I turned and saw him. Liam Carter, holding his ankle, wincing. He'd tripped on a metal railing coming off the field. Nothing serious, but no one else noticed. Everyone was too busy cheering his last home run. And for a moment, the world slowed down. I ran over without thinking. "Are you okay?" I asked, kneeling beside him. He looked at me. Really looked. His eyes were sharp, tired, but kind. He gave a half smile. "Took a hit from the ground," he joked. I handed him his cap. "You should watch out for that railing. It's taken out 2 bat boys already." He laughed. A real laugh, not the one from the press conferences. Noted. After that, things changed. A few games later, he waved me over during practice. Said he'd noticed the way I held the ball. Tight, unsure. "You ever thrown a proper curve?" he asked. I shook my head. So he taught me. Showed me how to place my fingers, how to let the ball roll off just right. His voice was calm, patient, the way a dad might teach his kid. He even told me stories from when he was my age, sneaking, out to practice after dark. Those were the best 10 minutes of my life. And as I stood there, throwing pitch after pitch under his watchful eye, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was familiar, like we'd done this before, like he'd done this with me before. But how could that be? He didn't know me. Not really. Did he? That night, everything changed. There was a charity event at the stadium, a fundraiser for children's hospitals. Mom almost didn't go. Said she was tired. Said she had work. But her hospital was one of the sponsors, and in the end, she showed up. In that soft blue dress she never wears anymore. I was helping carry equipment backstage when I saw her. And then I saw him. Liam. They both froze when their eyes met, across the hallway. The noise from the crowd faded. The lights felt too bright. For a second, nobody moved. Then she whispered, Liam. His voice was low, but full of fire. 10 years, Sophia. 10. You couldn't tell me? She glanced around, panic in her eyes. Not here. But he didn't stop. You hid my son from me? I stood there, completely still, half hidden behind a curtain. My heart thudded so loudly I could barely hear the rest. But I caught enough. You left, Liam. You chose your career over us. I never chose away from him. I didn't even know. He existed. Her voice cracked. I was scared. You were gone. I thought you wouldn't care. Liam stepped back, hands shaking. You had no right. Neither of them saw me. I didn't know whether to run or cry or scream. My dad. He was right there, and he didn't know. Until now. The ball I was holding slipped from my hand and hit the floor with a soft thud. That's when they turned and saw me. Mom's face went pale. Liam's mouth fell open. No one said a word. Not for a long, long moment. I couldn't believe it. All those years. All the questions I never asked because I thought I was protecting Mom. Turned into a wall between us. When I saw them arguing, the way Mom's eyes filled with tears, and Liam's voice cracking with frustration, I felt like my whole world was breaking apart. That night, I didn't say a word. But inside, I was a storm. Didn't want to see Mom anymore. I didn't want to pretend everything was okay. I grabbed my jacket and ran out of the house. The stadium was closing. The gates were locked, but I found a side door, one I remembered from the games, left slightly open. I slipped inside. The silence hit me harder than the empty seats. The smell of freshly cut grass, the echoes of cheers long gone, the distant glimmer of the floodlights. I walked to the spot where Liam and I had thrown those first pitches together, that patch of worn dirt near the bullpen. I sat down, hugging my knees, trying to make sense of it all. Why did Mom keep this secret? Why was I the last to know? And what about Liam? Was he really my dad? I felt angry, confused, lost. Meanwhile, back outside, the stadium staff were locking up, unaware that I was inside, all alone. But Liam wasn't like the others. He saw something. When I didn't show up for practice the next day, he asked questions. Someone mentioned the side door, and before anyone else could say a word, Liam was there, walking the empty stands, calling my name. Ethan! his voice echoed. I didn't answer, but he kept coming closer. Finally, he found me, sitting on that dusty patch of earth, with my baseball cap pulled low over my eyes. He didn't say much at first, just sat beside me, and in the quiet, I realized maybe I wasn't alone in all this after all. The stadium was quiet except for the soft rustle of leaves in the evening breeze. I sat alone on the worn patch of dirt, still wrapped in the storm of my anger and confusion. Then I heard footsteps. Slow. Steady. Ethan. I looked up. It was him. Liam Carter. He wasn't the confident baseball star anymore. His eyes were swollen, red from holding back tears. And when he knelt down in front of me, I saw a vulnerability I'd never imagined. His voice broke as he spoke. Son, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. For the years lost. For the silence. For not being there when you needed me most. But I'm here now. I'm not going anywhere. I stared at him, unsure what to say. My throat tightened. Will you leave again? I asked quietly, my voice barely a whisper. Liam shook his head, tears spilling freely now. No, I promise. No, more running. No more hiding. I want to be here. For you. For your mom. Before I could reply, a familiar figure stepped out from the shadows. Mom. Sophia. Her eyes glistened with tears, but there was something new, something hopeful. For the first time, she didn't look away. Instead, she took a step forward, allowing Liam to be part of our world again. I'm ready, she said softly. And just like that, the weight I'd carried for so long began to lift. The anger, the hurt, it didn't vanish completely, but it was replaced by something stronger. Hope, love, family. Liam reached out, and I didn't hesitate. I let him pull me into a hug, the kind that mends broken pieces and promises new beginnings. For the first time in 10 years, I felt whole, because sometimes forgiveness isn't about forgetting the past. It's about choosing to move forward together. And tonight, under the glowing stadium lights, I knew we were ready. The last game of the season was more than just a game. It was the day I had waited for, the day I'd dreamed of, without even knowing it. When the coach called my name and asked me to throw the first pitch, my heart nearly stopped. Me, standing on the mound, under the bright stadium lights, with thousands of eyes watching. It felt unreal. But then I saw him. Liam. He was standing behind the catcher ready to catch my ball. His eyes met mine, and in that moment, I knew this was more than just baseball. It was the start of something new. I took a deep breath, gripped the ball tight in my hand, and threw with everything I had. The ball flew true. Liam caught it cleanly. The crowd erupted into cheers, but the best part wasn't the applause. It was the way Liam smiled. Proud, gentle, like he was holding a secret just for me. Then he walked over, and we embraced right there, in the middle of the field. The noise faded around us. All I could feel was the warmth of his arms, the steady beat of a heart that was finally home. From the stands, I saw Mom, Sophia. She was smiling, eyes shining with tears, the kind of smile that told me she believed in this moment too. After all the years of silence, after the hurt and the doubt, our family was together again. I never thought I'd have a dad to throw a ball with, I thought maybe I'd missed that chance forever, but I was wrong. Because sometimes, love takes time. Sometimes people need to find their way back, and that's okay. Ethan's voice softens, filled with hope. Used to think I didn't have a father. But I was wrong. He was just learning how to come home to us. And now, standing here, with my mom watching, with Liam by my side, I know one thing for sure. We're a family. And nothing, not even the past, can change that. This story is about the power of forgiveness, the importance of family, and the courage it takes to rebuild broken bonds. Ethan's journey reminds us that even when life keeps us apart, love can find its way back. Sometimes slowly, sometimes through pain, but always with hope. Have you ever wondered what it means to truly forgive someone? Or how difficult it is to accept people back into your life after they've hurt you? Ethan's story asks us to reflect on those moments in our own lives when healing felt impossible, but maybe wasn't. What would you do if you discovered a secret that changed everything about your family? Would you run away? Would you face it? Or would you choose to open your heart and let love in, no matter the scars? If this story touched you, please subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt stories about love, family, and second chances. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story too. Together, let's explore what it means to forgive, to hope, and to never give up on those we love. Subscribe now